The time is 3:40, Jerusalem time, and the thought came to me to do the chitas, or chitat, depending on your pronunciation. Chabad Lubavitch has a system of learning, daily quota. Chitas is an acronym for CHUMASH, Tehillim, and Tanya, and it's published on the Chabad.org website. And I was originally planning on starting it on Yud Shvat, which is it's two very special days on the Chabad calendar. It's the day that the seventh Lubavitch Rebbe, known as the Lubavitch Rebbe, Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, of blessed memory, became the Rebbe, and it's also the date of the anniversary of passing of his father-in-law, I think. His father-in-law, the Friedrich Rebbe, Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak Schneerson. And so I'm pretty sure it's his father-in-law. I can look it up right now, but maybe it's a good idea to just look it up. Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak Schneerson, the Friedrich Rebbe. He was the sixth Chabad Rebbe. He's the Friedrich Rebbe, and let's see here. He was nifter on January 28th of 1950. So that was Yud Shvat, and let's see here. Just trying to see. His son-in-law, yeah. He had no sons, and his younger son-in-law, Rabbi Nachman Schneerson, yeah. So I guess his name was Schneerson. They're both Schneerson. I guess they're somehow distantly related, or same name anyway. Schneor, Schneerson, Schneer son. That's very interesting. The Rayatz, Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak Schneerson, Rebbe Rayatz. Okay. So his yard site was on this day. So anyway, I was going to wait for that day, Yud Shvat, and I thought, it came to me. It just came to me. I don't know if I thought it or it just came to me. Why put off for later on what you could do right now? And right now we're in at that time anyway, because the altar of it, Shneer Zalman Eliadi's yard site was just a couple of days ago. So we're in this general time, the end of Tevet, the beginning of Shvat. So this is the 26th day of Shvat. This is the Hayom Yom. We're doing the daily learning, starting with the Chumash and Rashi, and God willing to the Tehillim, the Psalms, and then Tanya, and the Rambam, and then the daily mitzvah, the Hayom Yom, and then Daf Yomi. That will be my learning for the day. So, with God's help, I can do this. It'll probably take the better 2 hours to do this. So let's do it. This is the Chumash Rashi, Chitas, Chumash and Rashi 4, Thursday, 26th of Tevet, 5786, January 15th, 2026. The portion for today is Shemot, chapter 8. V'saru hasvardiim imcha u'mebitecha u'evadecha u'yamcha rak v'yor tisharna. The frogs will depart from you, as well as from your houses and your courtiers and your people, and they will remain only in the river. V'yetze Moshe v'Aharon v'yim paro, v'yitzak Moshe el Adonai al devar hatzvadim asher sam leparo. Moses and Aaron then left Pharaoh's presence, and Moses cried out to God concerning the frogs that he had brought upon Pharaoh. Rashi says, Yitzhak miyad sheyikorsu limacho. Moses left and cried out immediately that the frog should disappear by the next day. Vayas Adonai k'dvar Moshe v'yamusu tzvardim min habatim min hachatzirot min hasadot. Vayitzperu adam chamarim chamarim v'tivash ha'oretz. Okay, God did as Moses asked, and the frogs in the houses, the courtyards, and the fields died. The Egyptians gathered them into heaps, and the land stank. Chamorim, chamorim means heaps and heaps. Heaps and heaps. Siborim, siborim, ketagum and galim. Heaps and heaps, just as uncles translate, the Gorin, heaps. וירא פרעה כי הייתה הרווחה לכבד את ליבו ולא שמע עליהם כאשר דיבר אדוני. But when Pharaoh saw that there was relief, he remained obstinate, paying no heed to them, just as God had said. Rashi says, in other words, לכבד ליבו, לשון פעול, הוא כמו הלוך ונסוע, בראשית י"ב, וכן הכוס את מואב, ושאלו באלוהים, שמואל, okay, ובצוע. Make his heart heavy, to persist in being obstinate. Hachabed is an infinitive pa'ul form used in the place of the past tense in order to denote ongoing, as in haloch and so on, moving steadily, and similarly v'akos is Moav, smiting Moab l'sholo Elohim, and asking for him the word of God. Hakei u'tzah hitting a mundi kasher diber Hashem echan diber lo shema alechem paro. And just as God said, as where he had said this, Pharaoh will not listen to you. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe. God said to Moses, Emor el Haron nete et matcha v'hachet afar haaretz v'haya lechinim b'chol eretz Mitzrayim. God said to Moses, say to Aaron, raise your staff and strike the dust of the earth. It will turn into lice all throughout Egypt. Emor el Haron lo haya afar kadai. This is Rashi. Because of the Moshe lefi shehagen alav kesharag l'tzvis v'yivadnei b'chol v'laka l'yidei Haron. It was not proper that the sword be struck by Moses because it helped him when he killed the Egyptian. As it says, he had him in the sand. So it was struck by Aaron. V'yasu chen v'et Aharon et yado b'mateu v'yach et afar haaretz v'tihi hakinam v'adam u'v'hema kol afar haaretz haya kinim b'chol eretz Mitzrayim. If they did this, Aaron raised his hand with his staff and struck the dust of the earth, and the swarm of lice came upon man and beast. All the dust of the earth turned into lice throughout Egypt. V'tihi hakinam al-chisha podolira belaz. A swarm of lice, podolier, in Old French. Okay? V'yasu chen achartumim balatehem laotzi et akinim v'lo yacholu v'tihi hakinam v'adam u'v'hema. The necromancers tried likewise to bring forth lice with their incantations, but they could not. The swarm of lice remained on man and beast. Rashi says, laotzi et akinim librotam lotziam bimakom acher. Laotzi et akinim, to bring out the lice, to create them, producing them from another place. V'lo yacholu she'en asher sholet al habriya pechuta mikeseora. Sanhedrin 67. But they could not, for a demon has no control over any creature smaller than a barley corn. That's Tractate Sanhedrin 67. Vayamru achartumim paro ezba Elohim hi vayechezak lev paro v'lo shema alehem kasher diver Elohim. The necromancer said to Pharaoh, this is the finger of God, but Pharaoh remained obstinate, paying no heed to them, just as God had said. Etzba Elohim hi makazo eno al yedei cheshafim ve'et hamakom hi. This is the finger of God. Rashi says this is a plague. It is not the result of magic. It is from the omnipresent. Kasher diber Hashem v'lo shema alechem paro. Just as God said, Pharaoh will not listen to you. ויאמר אדוני אל משה השכם בבוקר ותצא לפני פרעה והנה יוצא המימה ואמרת אליו כה אמר אדוני שלח עמי ויעבדוני. God said to Moses, rise early in the morning and station yourself before Pharaoh as he is going out to the water, and you must say to him, this is what God has said, send forth my people so that they may serve me. כי אם אינך משלח את עמי הנני משליך בך ועבדיך קמך וביתך את הערוב ומלאו בתי מצרים את הערוב וגם האדמה אשר הם עליה. For if you do not send forth my people, I will incite a mixed horde of wild beasts, snakes and scorpions against you, your courtiers, your people, and your homes. The houses of the Egyptians will be filled with the mixed horde of wild beasts, as will the ground upon which they stand will be filled with snakes and scorpions. Mashliach b'cha migare b'cha v'chein v'shen behemot ashalech bam, Deuteronomy 32, lashon shisui initzir belas. Rashi says, Mashlich bach means to decide against you, and similarly, even the teeth of the cattle I will set against them, which connotates using a creature to rousing a creature to greater viciousness than it naturally exhibits. Inciter, in Old French, to incite. Okay. Et arov, Rashi says, Kol mini chayot ra'ot nechashim akrabim birubia v'hayim ashchitim v'hayim. יש טעם בדבר בהגדה בכל מכה, למה זו ולמה זו, בתכסיס מלחמות מלכים בעליהם, כספירה מנחוס כשיסר על עיר, בתחילה מקלקל מיינותיה, ואחר כך תוקין עליהם מוריעין בשוברוס לזרם, לירם ולבהלם. וכן הספרדיים מקרקרים בהומים וכו', ולאיזה במדרש ובתחומה. Rashi says, a mixed horde, all different types of wild beasts, snakes and scorpions and chaos, so that they wreak destruction among the Egyptians in a terrifying manner. There's a reason given in the Aggadaic sources for each plague, why this one came first and this one next. God came against them with the tactics of kings in the order followed by a sovereign power when it besieges a city. First it ruins the city's water sources, and afterwards the attackers blast and make wailing sounds with shofars to intimidate and confuse the inhabitants. And similarly, the frogs were croaking and making noise, etc., as the statement refers to Chuma. Similarly, the havoc caused by the mixed horde was an integral component of the plague. יפלט ביום ההוא את ארץ גושן אשר אני עומד עליה, לבלתי היות שם מרוב למען תדע כי אני אדוני בקרב הארץ. On that day I will set apart Goshen, where my people dwell, so that there will not be any mixed horde there. Thus you will realize that I am God in the midst of the land. As Rashi says, Yifleti Rashi v'chein Yifla Hashem, v'chein lo nifleti mimcha, Zulu Dennis, Pareshes hi mimcha. Yifleti means I will set apart, and similarly Yifla Hashem, God will differentiate, and similarly lo nifleti hi means it is not separated or set apart from you. למען תדע כי אני השם בקרב הארץ, אף על פי ששכינה סביב השמיים גזירה שמתקיימת בתחתונים. Rashi says on למען תדע כי אני השם בקרב הארץ, thus you will realize that I am God in the midst of the land, meaning, though the seat of my divine presence is in heaven, my decree takes effect in the lower realms as well. Okay, that's the Chumash portion, the Chitas portion for today.